All right, Mike, Showbiz. It is February 14th, Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's, everybody out there who celebrates that terrible pagan holiday. I mentioned the day because I think this is the first new hip-hop album I'm listening to for the year 2025. So we're 6 weeks in, finally getting to a new one. There's been some stuff that's come out. Haven't hopped on to everything. Obviously, FK Twigs and The Weeknd, not necessarily hip-hop, there's more of in the pop lane, obviously. So looking forward to get into a new hip-hop. I don't think I've ever listened to Mike before. A lot of people were telling me, Bob, you got to listen to Burning Desire before this one drops. I failed to do so. But here we are. What do I want to say? I'm trying to calm down. I'm very anxious. For those of you who are unaware, a week ago, 5 days ago, we found a leak under the kitchen sink. And now there's water damage in the floor and in the cabinets. And we're ripping stuff out. And we're insurance claim. And just, it's been a lot. And work has been fine. But work has had some stuff going on. So a lot of anxiety for me lately. Just this feeling of, just that, really. I gotta. And it's like, no. Just chill. So I'm trying to take a breath. Like, for example, this morning it's almost 11 o'clock. Usually I'm started by 8:30. 9 is like the latest. And so my brain's like, oh my God, we're late. And it's like, no, brain, it's okay. It's okay. And what I'm really trying to do is, I love sitting down and listening to music. I love it. So I'm trying to, instead of feeling like I'm running behind or feeling like I need to do these things, like, no. Give yourself a break. Sit down. Be present in this moment right now. Enjoy the music. Go through the lyrics. And once we get rolling, I will. But it's also important for me to kind of like pause a second so that I can ease into the music better without this like layer of anxiety around me. Yeah, so there you go. There are, I think, 5 music videos, or 5 that might actually be 6. Yeah, because the last one is 2 songs combined. A lot of these songs are really quick. This album, 24 tracks, but 47 minutes. Cool. That'll be interesting. I'm assuming maybe they kind of feed into each other. Who knows? There's a Driving with Debbie. There's a video with JPEG Mafia. Save that. Yeah, I'm going to save that. I don't know. There's the thing. Maybe we'll watch that together on Patreon. So music video reactions are Patreon only. This thing I just found, it was on my feed. It's called Driving with Debbie. It's from 2 days ago. It's got JPEG Mafia. Maybe I'll watch that with you guys, patrons, just to kind of round out. But there's 5 music videos, 5 or 6. I think 1 or 2 of them are combined. I'm going to go in the order that they were posted. So, like, for example, the song Pieces of a Dream was posted 3 months ago. Another one was 2 months ago. So it's kind of in rollout order, essentially. Patreon's $2 a month. MP3 format. No ads. No cuts. If you want the full listen experience with me, sign up for $2. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into Mike. I've never listened to Mike. I've heard good things. I have been given descriptions about this album, but my brain has been awash of just information, and so I don't remember anything. I'm going to go in completely blind. That's set up. I'm on the thing. Okay. Track 1's called Bear Trap. We've got DJ Paradise and DJ Black Power. This song is actually long. It's almost 3 minutes. Where the rest of them, is it actually the longest song on the album? No, there's one other that's 3 minutes. Actually 3 minutes. This is 2:50, which is kind of funny. Here I'm making a joke about it being the longest one, and it is almost the longest one. But that's cool because I kind of want to, like, you guys have seen it takes me a while sometimes to settle into the sound of an artist. So having 3 minutes rather than a couple, 90-second bangers coming through. Anyway, let's drop in. Track 1, Bear Trap, off the Showbiz album, brand new album by Mike. First new hip hop album of 2025 for me. Here we go, dropping in.
Dreams are getting rich, I was poor then. Nowadays, I don't pray for shit, but for more strength. I know you waiting on me, so I keep a
different.
sore chest. A model ways to tell you what it is, I had to forget. It pains me, God drip, there's no remorse left. But I guess you bound to hate the shit that you was force fed. That sour taste bitter, how I'm more best. I'm down to take a trip around a Corvette. To keep it close, I'm down to weigh a bit inside a torment. Sleep and smoke.
I'm just gonna take in the sound for now. We're gonna go through the lyrics. I'm just gonna take in the sound.
Loki been a minute since a warm text. Deeper holes,
I love this bass line.
Ignore stress. But I'm the only victim of the war.
Piano.
Be explosive, gotta play the villain and mature friend. The Greek toast, gotta take a witness to this horse and to each his own.
Some of them don't, but that's how it is. Some of your friends are good, some of your friends are bad.
Oh, that's the same sample Peggy used. Fun little coincidence there, my accidentally finding the video and then here's the sample that he used. Wow.
Hey son, it's your father. How are you? I'll talk to you soon. I love you. The girl said I love you as well.
I hear like seagulls or something, it sounds like.
I heard your message this morning that you're gonna start driving to Paris. But call me if you're still in England, alright? Let me know. Alright, talk to you soon.
I'm gonna see if this rolls in the track too. Oh, weird.
You know,
a
you
hard
really
break.
pray.
Weird. Surprising. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Very different. Let's click this annotation here on the outro. This going, if you're in England, you're going to Paris. So this is a voicemail from his father. So here's what the annotation reads. Closing with a voicemail from his father is something we would never have expected. I've been a fan for a while now. I've never heard his father on a song. This is really nice to hear because there's a song in his album, Tears of Joy, where his mom urges him to mend his relationship with his father. Okay. Also grounding the song in familiar love and connection. The voicemail is full of care. His father's checking on him, expressing love, casually reminding him of a favor. Okay. So that is his father. Interesting. Let's go through the lyrics. Really, his flow kind of caught me off guard. I was thinking, somebody did mention Earl Sweatshirt. You know, Earl Sweatshirt is an interesting one because I like his stuff, but I really gotta be in a certain mood to listen to his stuff. But I actually had put on some Earl the other day, a little bit, just a little bit. What's the tracks? I forget what album it is. It's off of I Don't Like Shit and I Don't Go Outside. One of them's called Faucet. I think it's like track 3. And then the one right after that, I was listening to that one, those two a couple times in a row. Both of those are just great. So anyway, the flow caught me off guard a bit. Let's read this verse. He's talking about music and that's my future and, you know, other people not being able to make it out of the neighborhood type of thing. Dreams of getting rich. I was poor then. Nowadays, I don't pray for shit, but for more strength. That right there, it's, I kind of, that line it fascinates me because it seems like when somebody says that, they're in a situation where they've been stripped away of desire for frivolous things and really I'm in a survival state. I just need strength. Just give me strength. Like when somebody's to that point, it's rough. You know, that's the first like feeling I get from that. Like things are rough because I'm just praying for strength. I'm not praying for frivolous things or fancy things or things that just, you know, catch my eye or whatever. Like, no, I need strength. Interesting. I know you're waiting on me, twin. I keep a sore chest. I'm out of ways to tell you what it is or how to forget. It pains me, God. I drift. There's no remorse left. Did somebody die? Did his brother die or something? But I guess you bound to hate to shit. You're force-fed. Mike seems to face a lot of inner conflicts. Okay, so there's nothing specific there on that annotation. That sour taste bitter, how I mourn best. I'm down to take a trip, but I'm on a tour vet. Keep it close. I'm down to wait a bit inside of torment. Sleeve of smoke, I try and gain my spirit, make it storm less. It's freezing cold. Low-key been a minute since a warm text. Low-key been a minute since a warm text. It's deeper holes, complicated feelings, and ignored stress. But I'm the only victim of the war ahead. I'm the only victim of the war ahead. Like, I'm taking this from a context of music industry, since that's what's being talked about in the bridge. I'm going to focus on music. His dad asking if you're in England, but you're on the way to Paris. I'm assuming, he's here. He's talking about being on a tour vet, or I am a tour vet, not on a tour vet, but the war ahead, him being the only victim, I feel like the war ahead in that kind of context would be if you start gaining fame and you start having obligations that take you here and take you there. Other people might have opinions on that. Like the album last year, Bad Cameo, that was great. Lil Yachty and James Blake, I think. But this idea of the album was basically, the idea of being a bad cameo in your own life because you're off doing this and you're off doing that. So the war ahead, being torn in all these different directions maybe, and being the only victim of that, because nobody else has to deal with that. Everybody else just gets to be jealous or mad or whatever, right? But you're the one dealing with it. Could be explosive. Got to play the villain and mature friend. The grieving toast got to take a witness to this hoist. Saying to each his own, because I done did the mission for my own hands. It's separate living from the romance. It's separating living from the romance. Keep it rolling. About to chase this liquor with a slow jam. The dreams of getting rich. I was poor then. And it's called Bear Trap. And a bear trap is a pretty brutal trap. For those of you who can see the illustration, it's somewhat crude illustration, and I'm sure I would just assume you guys don't know how a bear trap works. Basically, you put the bait in the middle, and when it gets tinkered with, the spring clamps shut, and then those spikes, clamp into your leg, and painful. Interesting. Let's keep going. This is track 2. It's called Clown of the Class. Work Harder. So the next couple are all pretty short, under 2 minutes. I think. We'll see how the transitions are. I'll ride them to the end, and then if it transitions right to the next one, maybe I'll just do 2 tracks at a time or something. Maybe. Producers Jacob Rochester. Here we go. Track 2, Clown of the Class.
You really pray when they circle and you feel the thirst. I gotta flip the page, put a word in it. I'm still a word grown from the pains, but it's permanent. It hurt, you couldn't hold the weight a nigga working with, still exert. A bud of flames, I was hurtling, the ceilings burst. Gusting when the rain gave that dirt a rinse, a simple first. Everything is strange, there's no deserting shit. Buildings burn the fuck up out my face with all that purpose shit, no will to turn. A two is straight, there's no return to him, you kill to earn. Just to fit to play, feel the nourishment, my foot on curb, you by the window pane. Still observing it, it's crooked earth, how I feel the same, come with turbulence.
That little what sample?
Rehearsing scripts ain't hella learn.
That is not working. Work harder.
Wow. Let's keep going. This is track 3. Then we could be free.
Change, I'll be free on the slave ship. I'd rather feel the waves of the sea.
Wow.
I'm trying to put a bang to the beat, get saved. I'm learning about restraint and release. Save me. I gotta set my cape out of crease. Lately, I turn the other page before I read. Only taste it, but always gotta bathe in the feet. It's different every phase while I peek.
Wow, dude, this is totally different. This is cool.
Only if I change,
but it's a lot to take in.
Something I can gain from the breeze. But never seen a face of relief, just payment. Just another day in the east.
Let's see if it rolls into the next one, but I'm gonna pause here. Okay, interesting. It does have like a little bit of a hard break there, so we'll stop there. Like, I'm laughing at myself a little bit because I feel like I'm not really reacting, but in my non-reaction, that is my reaction. And I was thinking about those movies or the silly gifs where it's like they're using the satellite photo to try and find somebody or whatever, right? And it's enhance. And then enhance and enhance. And I feel like that's what my brain's doing, like analyze and take it up, move, do these things, upscale, all this other trying to figure this out. This is very different. It's very cool. It's very, like I like to say artsy fartsy. And I say that, to me, I just like saying that. I think it's funny. But when I say it, it's also, I'm not trying to like put anything down. I really appreciate people who can do stuff like this, because you guys have heard me go on and on about people like JPEG Mafia or Death Grips or fucking oh God, I can see the covers. By the time I get to Phoenix and Floss and and one of the members died, the name is totally escaping right now. But you get into some of this like, crazy, chaotic, obscure, really, really odd stuff. And I'm always impressed when people can create that because it's so, for me, just completely out of left field. There's nothing, I would never, ever be able to come up with something like that. This is kind of in that. It's like parallel to it, but it doesn't have like the rage, the real chaotic, slamming things around, going nuts element to it. It's a little bit more personal, a little bit more, I don't want to say less than more emotional, because obviously the other loud stuff has emotion too, but it's a different lane. Let's go through these. This will be a long ass video. It's just going to be me reading every single word. You really pray when they're circling. So the previous track, I don't pray for shit but strength. In this line, the word pray is spelled P-R-E-Y, as in, you really pray when they're circling, as in you're the prey, they're the hunter. But if they're circling, you're probably also hands together praying because they are circling. And really one of the elements of this album, the first 2 tracks, that's like snapping together for me and why I'm so fascinated by it and why my brain is just cranking out, trying to figure this out, is it feels like after these first 3 tracks, it feels like each song is part of its own, it feels like the whole album is just going to be one long song, essentially. And so lyrically, it's already happening too. We'll see if it keeps going, but. So let's get into lyrics again. You really pray when they're circling. You feel the first. I gotta flick a page, put a word in it. You feel the thirst. I gotta flick a page, put a word in it. And I'm assuming that's just like the itch to write, the itch to pursue music, maybe. I'm still at work, growing from the pains, but it's permanent. It hurt. You couldn't hold the weight of working with a still exert. That I don't really get right there. Let's click the annotation, I suppose. Let's click this section. Mike talks about persistence. He's still grinding and evolving, but the pain from his struggles doesn't fade away. Sure. Above the flames I was hurtling. The ceilings burst. A gust of wind and rain gave that dirt a rinse. It's simple first. Everything gets strange. There's no deserting shit. Buildings burn. The fuck up out my face with that perp and shit. No wheel to turn. Led to astray. No wheel to turn. Led to astray. There's no returning him. Like you can't even, like you're too far gone, you can't even steer your way back type of a thing, I suppose. I don't know. I might not click the annotation. I don't know how much I click the annotation. I like to try and figure stuff out, but then sometimes I'm just so wildly wrong. You kill the urn just to fix a plate. Feel the nourishment. My foot on curb. You by the window pane still observing it. This crooked earth. High, it feels the same, but came with turbulence. Can't shield the worst. Rewinding in your brain. Rehearsing scripts. Can't shield the worst. Rewinding in your brain. Rehearsing scripts. That feels like, kind of going over old arguments again. And the rehearsing scripts part be like preparing for an argument that's coming, maybe. Ain't heal or learn, bottled in the rage and the urges slipped. Killer burps, trying to mask the angst for its surfaces. I'm still at work, just a different day, different purposes. Bill of verse, had to flick a page. And then this outro, this woman saying, I can see on your asses, just sitting there, sitting on your asses. This is direct, apparently on the annotation it says this is a callback to his 2018 project, Renaissance Man. Mike's mother on Mother of God says, why are you always sitting around? Would you not like to get up and do something? You know how hard it is to take care of 2 kids when you have to go to school and work. You got to do better. You say you're trying, but maybe try harder. So now it's the same kind of thing, only if it's not working, work harder. And then track 3, which we just jumped into, which is called Then We Could Be Free. Something that stuck in my mind immediately was my wife. She went on, I've never been there, but my wife went to, she did a Europe semester in college, and she went to a couple of the concentration camps. That was part of that semester. And I think it was Dachau, one of the big ones. There's a sign on the gate that says work will set you free. So the outro being work, you keep working, work harder, and then we could be free. Work will set you free. I don't know. I don't think there's any relation there, but it did just strike my mind If I could change, I'd be free on a slave ship. Think about that for a second. That's kind of brilliant. The idea of being free on a slave ship. Yay, you're free. You're not a slave, but you're still on the ship. What difference does it make? You know? Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? Are you going to be able to change anything? No. So you're just as useless being free on a slave ship. I'd rather feel the waves of the sea. I'm trying to put a bang to the beat. Guess it's aging. I'm learning about restraint and release. Save me. I laugh at that because I feel like it's somebody going, oh God, I'm getting old. That's the first thing that goes through my mind. I'm learning about restraint and release. Oh God, I sound so fucking old now. Somebody save me. I gotta snap my cape out of crease lately. I turn the other page before I read. Only taste it. Huh. What's that mean? Let's see if this has an annotation. This could suggest impatience. He's flipping through life without fully absorbing it. Sure. Yeah, just getting a surface level. Yeah, sure. Sure, I agree with that. But always got to bathe in defeat. So those two lines, think of the contrast in those two lines. This guy's pretty fucking fascinating, Mike. I'm liking this. Turn the other page before I read, only taste it. So you're kind of skimming through the events. But when it comes to defeat, always got to bathe. So soaking in defeat, dwelling on defeat, fixating on defeat while skimming through events that are not defeat. Now, it doesn't specify victories there, but that's interesting. That's where the mind state is, focusing on negative. I've seen every way of deceit. It's the same shit. The only thing changing the speed. I deflate it. I had to switch the pace of the heat, the cadence. No, you could feel the pain in my speech. Breaking his voice breaking, like you're on the verge of crying. Rather break an eighth of the tree, say I made it. What's the eighth of the tree? Is that like a weed reference? Yeah, sure. Looks like it. Yeah, okay. But never seen a face of release, just the payment. Just another day in the east aching. I gotta wear the weight on my sleeve like a bracelet. Like a handcuff? Like getting arrested type of a thing? Money comes, but it doesn't bring peace. Grind continues. Struggle to live in New York City. It's different every phase. What I peeped. Be patient. It ain't every race that you lead. Complacent. It ain't every race that you lead. Complacent. It's different every phase. There's meaning there, and I feel like I'm close to getting that one. It ain't every race that you lead. But only if I change, I'll be free from the chained wrists. Something I could gain from the grief. Yeah, but never seen a face of... interesting. The chained wrist and being freed from it. And then I think about the bear trap and people not making it out of the neighborhood and going to jail. And of course, if you go to jail, you get arrested, handcuffs. That's the chained wrist. But it could also be, jewelry and that kind of culture that, kind of showing off what you got. But the types of attitudes that would exist in that culture, and I want to tread very carefully here because I don't exist in that culture. So I don't want to crack off with a bunch of fucking cliche, prejudice sounding bullshit. But maybe the activities these people are taking on, the life that they're leading, if they're not as honest, if they're just stuck in the same cycles that doesn't really have a path of getting out of these neighborhoods. Maybe that's what he's talking about, but only if I change, I'll be free from the chained wrist. Can live a different life. Something I could gain from the grief. This is fascinating. Let's keep going. This is fucking fascinating. Track 4 is called Watered Down. And we did have a hard break at the end of track 3 into this one. Producer is DJ Black Power. Drop it into Watered Down, track 4.
Watered Down.
Watered down, mind more acidic. Since it's fortune now, my DMs getting more explicit. Come tour the town, explore the city. They talking now, I see them, they don't want with me. We just order around this clink and got me short of kidding. Keep a pouring pound, this tree look like a water
The sample being used is it adds this whole like element of sound. This is crazy.
You don't be a clown. And especially, you don't be a clone either. Men have been killed out here trying to copy what I've done. It's not to put on a show. I'm not a stuntman.
Let it roll on track 5.
I'm not a show off.
Man in the Mirror.
Whatever I do, it's got something to do with my job and meeting my deadline.
Wow, dude, this is
I
cool.
suppose that's why
This
I
is
don't
totally
have any
different.
accident. And I can recall whenever I did have an accident, I was showing off.
Hey, what's the word? I go work with it. That's my bad playing hands on that nerd nigga. I'm just used to trying to dance and just learn quicker.
I don't like that he is kind of rolling through the enunciation. It makes me think of the word mumble, which is a very bad word, I've been told. I don't know if I'm not allowed to say that. Not allowed to say mumble rap. I wish he was a little bit crisper on some of the consonants and stuff. He's just kind of cracking it off. And maybe it's, just his style, and that's fine if that's his style. And it's probably a lot of me just not being used to it. But why does it bug me? Why do I dislike that? I think here's what it makes me think of. It makes me think of how I feel at the end of the day, dirt biking all day, and I'm tired, and I'm getting sloppy. And I'm not really pulling on the handlebars as hard as I should, and I'm not cracking the throttle to get over this thing as hard as I should, and maybe the handlebars are swapping a little bit more than I should be letting them, and I'm not standing up over the obstacle. I'm just kind of, it feels sloppy. And my mind is, what's happening is it sounds a little messy, a little sloppy, and so my mind is associating with that state that I get into, which maybe is this too hard for you? Are you, and this is just a very general statement. This isn't specific to Mike. I'm not like trying to call Mike out here. I'm just trying to explain why I don't like this sound, at least right now. Maybe it'll change. Maybe my opinion will change. But it just feels, the words feel like pretty muddied together. And I don't like that. Like if you've got something to say it. Say it. Crack it off. Now, sometimes, depending on what you're saying, how you say it has a big impact on that. So, if you're down in the dumps and you're wiped out and you've got no energy and you feel like you've got no future, you're not going to be like, hey, look at me. I've got, right? Like, you're not going to do that, obviously. So let's back up a little bit. This is wild. This is very, very different. It's so unique. Let's roll into this and I'll let it play all the way through. It's a 2-minute track.
I was never about to saying I'm a curb kicker. I'ma keep it 10 grand down to earth. Try to give him a second chance on my first hicker. When I took another gram,
wow, the production. I really enjoy the production.
In that van, you return richer. How I made it through the jam, through the worst winter. How you hated it was chant, how you turn victim. Vindicated cause I stand, it disturbed nigga. If you shake it, you should scram, go to church nigga. I know that for every man, but I flirt with her. I'm just talking to the man in the blurred mirror. Niggas wouldn't say the blur, gave shirt tear. Niggas finna feel the burn, they deserve terror. Arbitrary is my birth, my concern care. What's the word?
Nice little boop, and then just drop it.
I'm just used to trying to dance and just learn quicker. Shout out, that's for sure.
The production has been very cool. Love the sample usage and how it's like woven into the tracks. Although I don't even know if this is a sample or just like original creation. And it jumps right into Artist of the Century. We're gonna pause there. So we'll go back to Watered Down. It was something fascinating too. I was complaining about his vocals there on track 5, Man in the Mirror, but it was right after Watered Down. And you could it's almost like the vocal performance is coming off of the idea of something being watered down, not as crisp as I was talking about, I feel like there's just a lot of shit happening here. I'm very excited, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff happening, and a lot of it I'm missing. As I'm trying to catch this and this and this, it's like the guy in what's the fucking booth where you stand there and the money swirls around, and however much you grab is what you can leave with, and there's just shit fucking flying around. I'm trying to, that's how I feel. Like there's a lot of layers here. Let's talk about Watered Down. Let's go through Watered Down. Mine's more acidic. Since it's Fortune now, my DM's getting more explicit. So he's getting a little bit more attention in the messages. Now he's got a little bit more money. Come tour the towns, explore the city. They're talking down. I see him. Ain't no warring with me. I loved the little additive, like, it's not like an ad lib really, but like almost like sample added at the end too with each line. We just ordered rounds. His clinking got me short a kidney, so he's fucking drinking himself. Keep important pounds. This tree looked like a water lily. Make me feel proud. Call her Vicky. That's my sister. Treat her like my daughter. Try to walk my route. Believe me, you're going to call it quickly. Go through all that doubt and grief, evading thoughts of envy. I like this. Try to walk my route. Believe me, you're going to call. Like, the path I've taken to get here, you're not going to be able to walk this path hard. Very challenging. Now, I don't know much about this guy, but one of the annotations was talking about an album from 2018. That's 7 years ago. So yeah, that's a long time. And then I love the follow-up. Go through all that doubt and grief, evading thoughts of envy. I talked about this recently. Envy and doubt, and how they're like this like tag team of mental, whatever you want to call it, strain. Because envy will have you looking around at all these other people that have all these other things, and I want that, and how come they have it and I don't? And then doubt fucking tags in and goes, yeah, but you haven't done this and you can't do that. And it's just, fucking doubt is one of the worst, man. Yeah, I talk to crowds, it's easy, but don't walk with many. They ain't thought of vouching me. I guess it costs a penny. They don't. Oh, interesting. They ain't thought of vouching me. Interesting. With hip hop, right? That's something I've come to learn. I remember back in the day when I was, a naysayer of hip hop, and I'm like, why do they even have their own albums? Because every album is just, or their own songs, right? Because it's this artist featuring this guy and this guy and this guy, and then that guy has a song featuring that guy and that guy. And it's like, they're just a band. And they all just play on the same songs all the time. But I've come to learn that, at least from what I understand, basically if you have someone on your track, it's kind of a way of vouching for them, or like promoting them, or saying, hey, this guy's legit, check this dude out, I brought him on my track, you can check him out. So the idea of they ain't thought of vouching me, I guess it costs a penny, because I'm sure there's truth to not inviting somebody who you ain't hot, you ain't coming up, you ain't somebody who's catching a buzz and making the people talk or something like that. Maybe that's my assumption there. Maybe. So I can't have you on my track because it actually might drag me down a little bit. Why are you associating with that person who isn't popular, who isn't blowing up? And look, I'm not trying to talk shit on Mike or anything, but he's got 1.3 monthly listeners. That's a good amount, in my opinion. That's a good amount. But if you've been at it since 2018 at least, and he's talking here about my route, believe me, you're going to call it quickly. All that doubt and grief. If you keep trying and you keep working and you keep working, see, there's another element that's fucking coming in. You got to work your ass off. What was that track 2? Work harder. But if you keep working harder and it keeps not working, the doubt, see, you're never going to make it. You're never going to be good enough. It doesn't matter how hard you try. It's never going to, fuck, man. It's brutal. Shit's brutal. I get dark at 5 for 10. I break laws for sitting. Can't dark. Can't barter crowns. Can't bargain with me. Your shit waters down. Mine, it's too harsh to sip. Watered down, all acrylic. So acrylic is a water-based paint. You can water down acrylic. And then we roll into a lot of this. I don't really know what to make of this, honestly. Like, I'm just trying to do my best. Hopefully, sometimes with these albums, some of these videos, I feel very aware of how stupid I am. And so I just go, well, hopefully people are just enjoying the show. Like, oh, poor Bob, he's trying so hard. Look at that bald head go. Look at it. He's trying so hard to understand. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. It's fun. And then this thing, so the outro of Watered Down, Don't be a clown, and especially don't be a clone. Men have been killed trying to copy what I've done. It's not to put on a show. I'm not a stunt man. I think this, I think this lyric is written incorrectly. It says, I gotta show off. I think he says, I'm not a show off. I'm not a show off. I don't think it's, I gotta show off. Whatever I do, it's got something to do with my job and meeting my deadline. I suppose it's when I don't have many accents. I call it, when I did have an accent, I was showing off. Here's the lyrics from Man in the Mirror. What's it worth? I can work with it. That's my bad, putting hands on that nerd person. I just used to trying to dance. I'm learning quicker. Shout out to Nav, that's the gang for sure. I'd get it out the dam, out the dirt. Was never by the sand, I'm a curb kicker. It's too bad. Be by the sand. I love being by the ocean, man. Concrete in the cities and shit, that's whatever. The ocean's where it's at, in my opinion. Let's go this verse. When I took another gram, when the world lit up, if I take you in that van, you'll return richer. How I made it through the jam, through the worst winters. How you hating, it was champ, how you turned victim. Interesting. How you hating, it was champ, how you turn. How is my success making you a victim? I think that's what he's asking there, which is a great question. How are you the victim over my success? Vindicated because I'm stamped. It disturbs people. If you shake it, you should scram. Go to church. I know death for every man, but I'll flirt with her. Ha. I'm just talking to the man in the blurred mirror. I want to click that one. This flips Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror, which is about self-reflection. Oh, I don't know that song. I don't know Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror. Mike takes that concept but distorts it. The mirror is blurred, suggesting confusion, disconnection, or even struggle with self-perception. It could represent his battles with mental clarity, possibly clouded by grief, weed smoking, or just the weight of his experiences, or all of those things combined. How come when I'm off the track, my words clearer? That's funny. I noticed that, and I thought that was pretty funny when I was criticizing his flow, his vocals, but the idea of, Mike's probably going, Bob, you should see me when I'm drunk. I'm fucking clear as day. When I'm talking. Oh, that's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. I got tired of being scammed. Being hurt bearer. Only love me at the bank when the bird's near. I ain't rushing for a thing. I'm a third gearer. So third gear instead of like fourth or fifth or whatever. That's kind of cool. Remember up at Burke was the lurk era. People wouldn't say Burke, get sure teared up. Huh. Track 6 is called Artist of the Century. Did it start? No. Let's drop into this. Featuring Venna, producer DJ Black Power, DJ Paradise. 41 minutes to get through 7-8 minutes worth of music. Jesus Christ. Here we go. Track 6. Artist of the Century. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
You gotta be, probably above me, proud of me, work against the odds and the ugliest comedy. The hurt and be disguised as a sub to your prodigy. Working out the 5-9 sub-leads, bottom feet, growing out of poverty was tough.
Oh, good. I was just thinking, want something different in the production there. This loop is becoming very obvious.
Another out into a custody apology. Trying to feed a colony like Tubman, debauchery. Never seen a side of me in public. My mind full of fuck shit, eyes on the hundreds. I put it on my life. Ooh, I gotta put it on my life if I want it. I've been putting up with strife since a young, and the prize isn't much, but the price isn't.
The price is abundant. The prize isn't much, but the price is abundant. Oh, good. I wish it would have done that more through the track. Break out of that loop more.
And attempting to treat condition by working on Sunday afternoons. Treatment is fun. Putting head in sand.
Putting head in sand.
Hello?
Doctor service.
My name is...
What a fucking experience, man. Wow. This is neat, man. This is very unique. Very different. I gotta put my life... I gotta put it on my life if I want it. One complaint I have about this track is I wish that beat loop would have been played with more. It for me, like, it sounded cool. I really liked it at first, but then it quickly got repetitive. So I would have liked to see that beat fucked with more, elongated, shortened, chopped. I liked the little hesitations and bumps that they would do at the end of the loop. Sometimes that was cool. So I would have just fucked with that beat a little bit more, just to break the repetitive. You got to be, I mean, probably above me, proud of me, working against the odds and the ugly. It's comedy. The hurt and be disguised as a subtweet. A prodigy working out the 5, not a sublease. What's that? A sublease would be like written part of an apartment, right? The 5 could refer to working a full-time job, and not a sublease implies he's putting in his own effort, not depending on others for his temporary situations. Bottom feed, growing out of poverty is toughening monogamy. It was only pottery I fucked with. Okay. Coddled me nowadays. It's honestly a dungeon. It boggled me. Turned another op into a custody. I don't know what the fuck that means. Custody refers to a customer in the drug world. Oh, okay. Apologies. Trying to free the colony like Tubman. Harriet Tubman, right? Please let me get that right. Thank God. Jesus. I am, honestly, there are times I'm just legitimately embarrassed and ashamed at my lack of knowledge when it comes to American history, especially when it goes around slavery and things like that. Debauchery, never seen this side of me in public. Bottled fiend, I don't wait till Halloween for ruckus. It's time to eat, give them all modesty for nothing. The collard greens replacing all the college dreams I fronted. Is collard greens fairly cheap? In this context, must be as a clever way to reference weed. Oh, weed, okay. I was thinking, like, maybe if I'm broke, I used to have dreams of college, but now I'm fucking broke, so I can't dream of college anymore. Prophecies, they favor the facades. They favor the facades. The illusion, the dream. I debunk it. Props to the puppets, shots for the huntress. For Guapanese play you on the spot like a trumpet. This is fascinating. One thing with this format that I'm doing, is pausing between each track is just killing the experience. But I'm going to get more listens. What You About to Do? A Star Was Born, featuring 454, which is another artist people have talked to me about. I don't know much about him, but somebody said, you got to check out 454. Maybe I will. Produced DJ Black Power, Anesia Kim, and probably, 454. Okay, all right, here we go. Here's track 7, which is essentially 2 in 1. What You About to Do? A Star Was Born. It has been really cool production so far. I've enjoyed this production quite a bit.
Gave a little smirk, but it still smile, yeah. It made me hurt, but I'm in the knob. You know it ain't no church when you in the wild. You know it ain't no
church in the wild, yeah.
Mile. We ain't even hit the surface, you sitting down. You know it ain't no person I can get around. I be coolin' with the merchants, got better loud. What I do to get your sturdiness instead of doubt. Said it too, but think you heard it from a better vouch. I ain't rude, I ain't inherited this clever mouth. I've been tripping for some years, but it's clear now. I'm a victim of despair and a scary cloud.
I want to pause real quick to acknowledge that his vocals are not watery, muddy like he was in Man in the Mirror. So I just want to acknowledge that, and so people hear me acknowledge that. So it was intentional, that means, on Man in the Mirror. It was intentional that his vocals were like that.
What you finna do, don't stay around. I'm the living proof, I'm my parents' child. I'll put you in my shoes, it's a scary route. Tear up on my suit as they get you down. Waiting for the shoes with my jelly down. What you finna do, don't stay around. I'm the living proof, I'm my parents' child. I'll put you in my shoes, it's a scary route. What you finna do, don't stay around. I'm the living proof, I'm my parents' child.
Interesting that he loops these lyrics as much as he does.
Tear up on my suit as they get you down. Waiting for the shoes with my jelly down.
They say the hood don't love you back till you gone, and that's a fact, but it's wrong. Won't let a fat rat drop your name in a song. Wash my hands from all the times I put my enemies on. Get emotional when it hits
454 sounds good.
Catch the sun and take a patch of the orange. Hit the stage, remember days that I couldn't get in the zone, but I was sharp as a horn. Was in my ways like I gotta perform. Some love to hate, but they not really informed.
Wow. This is fucking cool, man. So the next 4 are pretty short. So what I'm gonna do is we'll talk about the lyrics on this one a little bit, and then we'll kind of go on a little run for the next 4. I don't want to fuck up the flow too much. Here's the annotation for this chorus that's being repeated multiple times. The chorus is Mike calling us out. Anyone who's hesitant or unsure of themselves, he's asking what you're fitting to do, challenging people to step up, to make a move, not just stay stagnant, staring around. He's proud of who he is and where he comes from, but he also knows the weight that it comes with. The scary route is about the tough path he's walked, filled with struggles, and the tears on his tears on his suit represent the toll it's taken on him. It's raw. He's been through it, and it's not an easy journey, but he keeps pushing. It's a reminder to be real and to keep moving forward no matter how tough it gets. Don't be staring around. I'm the living proof. Oh, okay. I'm glad I read that. What you finna do? Don't be staring around. Because initially, the very first part of the annotation, you calling us out, I was thinking like fighting words type of thing. But no. What are you gonna do? Don't just stand there staring. Like, I'm living proof. I put in the work. I put in the effort. If you do that, you can make things happen. It's a scary route. It's not easy, but you can do it. That's what's being said there. 454, this little line, they say the hood don't love you back till you're gone. And that's a fact, but it's wrong. Won't love the fact they drop your name in a song. Wash my hands from all the times I put my enemies on. Get emotional when the history's strong. Good verse by 454. Liked his vocals. I liked how he sounded there. Hit the stage. Remember days that I couldn't get in the zone, but I was sharp as a horn. Was in my ways like I got to perform. Some love to hate, but they're not really informed. I got the patience to create it, made it out of the storm. Working the day shift felt so out of the norm. Come from the greatest block, a star was born. Let's look at Mike's verse. Give a little smirk, but still smile. It made me hurt, but I'm in denial. You know it ain't no church when you in the wild. That's a Kanye reference, right? Right? No church in the wild, right? Oh, no acknowledgement there. Ain't no church in the wild, I think, right? Watch the Throne. Is that right? I don't know. I've listened to a lot of music. Shit's starting to mix together. Also, the the IPA that my poor brain cells are forced to take baths in. That might have an impact on my ability to remember which song was what and who sang it and what have you. Ain't no verse without a big amount. Even at the surface, you're instant down. You know what? Ain't no person. I'd be cool with the merchants, but it got better loud. What I do to get you started instead of doubt. I like this line a lot. I ain't rude. I inherited this clever mouth. It isn't something that I'm doing intentionally. I'm not being rude. It's just my parents were mouthy, and now I'm fucking mouthy. It's funny because, I have a good relationship with my dad. I don't get to see him as often as I would like to. He lives in Utah. I'm in California. We get together probably about half a dozen times, maybe 10 times a year. We get some time together, but not a lot. And every time I hang out with the guy, it blows me away how much I behave like him. My mannerisms, my stance, how I move my hands, the way I laugh. Like, there's just so much that I have emulated from him without even realizing it. I don't even do it on purpose. It just happens. So I inherited this clever mouth. I really like that line. Interesting shit. Let's keep going. So the next 4, we got Belly One, The Rock, The Wait, Lost Scribe. These are all quick songs, less than 90 seconds a piece, basically. Well, 90 seconds-ish a piece. So let's kind of go on a bit of a run here. We'll see if the tracks spill into each other. I kind of want to treat them as like one long song. I haven't really had to do this before, but I haven't really encountered an album like this before either. So here is track 8, which is Belly One. Harrison and DJ Black Power for the producers.
Should be cool, but it never deter. I ain't stupid, expect you to hurt me. You a crew, got my enemies work. How you blew it, you never deserve me. Got my shoes on the enemies turn.
Production here.
Do shit, it never be worth it. I'm a lose with the head of the serpent. They ain't knew you ain't never referred. Pick and choose who you let in your circle. I was loose, but I get it, I learned. In the 2 is essential is early. Come out soon with a reference disturbing.
This is crazy.
22, I was definitely my concern. How I move with my bread, how I earned it.
I love the production on this.
Discernment. I got too much of that bread on my purse. I got screws, regrets, I ain't perfect. He the crew got my enemies' word. How you blew, you never deserved me. Got my shoes in the enemy's turf.
This is almost like
never be worth it. I won't
a trance type thing.
They ain't new, you ain't never referred. Should be cool, but it never deter. I ain't stupid, expect you to hurt me. He the crew got my enemy's word. How you blew it, you never deserved me. Got my shoes in the enemy's turf.
I love the synth sound. That this, the whole backbone of this production is great. DJ Black Power. Love this beat. Love this beat.
Purchase your tracks today.
Niggas saying it's smoke, no problem. Bitch be hating my hoe, then go gossip with it.
Bitches be hating my hoe.
Sometimes I feel like I'm holding on me, I'm rocking with you. Nigga playing my bro, then they start dropping quicker. My papa okay that dope, and you want me to drop it with it. I wasn't playing a role right now.
Trippy, man. I don't know how to. I don't know what to think about it.
Greatness, bro.
It's so different.
Greatness, bro. You can't tell me otherwise. Greatness. Greatness. Cinema. Greatness, bro. Nah, but I can't wait. I can't wait for Showbiz. Can't wait for Showbiz. Shout out to Mike, bro. I love Mike. I'll forever love Mike. Full glaze. I don't
Full
care.
glaze. I don't care.
I don't care about glaze. I'm glazing, bro. I even shed a tear.
This is 10. But wait.
I just keep on prowling out this pack, I'm polluting it. I can see it clear every match from my food.
Trippy, dude.
I can
Trippy.
see the mirror of this gas so lucid in. I can be the bearer of this angst of I'm losing it. You ain't even near to the answers I'm Googling. How I lost a parent, the pack I commuted with. Mother in the air, I just asked for my stewardess. Brothers take the hair, I be asking for feeling shit. May just take the shit for the fact that I do exist.
Biggie first, though. Hunger all up in his voice.
Hunger all
Or Big Pun for that matter. Another example. Hunger, cut after cut. And these cats were not small to begin with. When they blew up, their feet blew up. Because it was very constantly.
Hunger may be the key to breakout success.
Let's go into Lost Scribe. Shungu's producer. This is wild, man. This is wild.
It's a war and I strive. I've been praying to you since, like I'm sure it was mine. They telling me I'm big, felt shorter inside, but the remainder what I get without recording these lines, just reclaiming what it is. The unfortunate time I got to stand in the crib, how the horrors fight. This acres is legit, quarter of life. 25, still quick, can't afford us a fight. I need a diet on the splits and open mortar advice. I know that triumph never quit, the brick and mortar is strife. Relying on my lens, a soldier of
I'm just
fight.
taking this all in. I'm just taking it all in.
The coldest of nights, a broken writer and it's fixed on holding the prize.
Total trip. I'm gonna pause there. There's a couple seconds left. I think the sample plays one more time. And then it drops into you're the only one watching. So that was 4 songs. That was 5 minutes of music. And that right there, and it felt like its own little world right there. Just those 4 tracks. Let's go back. There was some lyrics that overlap. There was one about, I'm not going to Google the head of the serpent. Here we are, right here. So this is Belly 1. I won't Google the head of the serpent. They ain't know you, ain't never referred. But then he has another line about he's gonna Google. I don't know where it was now. Maybe it was this one. Let's go through these lyrics. Should be cool, but it never deter. I ain't stupid. Expect you to hurt me. Expect you to hurt me. That's sad. That's sad. That line right there, if somebody expects to be hurt, then that means they've been through some shit, man. That means they've been through some shit. Because if you're in a place where you just expect to be hurt, that has been a long road. And he's mentioned that. He's said that. Need a crew, got my enemies worried. How you blew it, you never deserved me. Got my shoes on my enemies' turf. They don't do shit. It'd never be worth it. I won't Google the head of the serpent. I want to click that. A clever line from Mike where he refuses to search for the person or the cause behind the trouble. Okay. They ain't new. He ain't never referred because he's dealt with people like this before. Yeah, sure. Ah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. That's actually kind of brilliant. If you're a person who's been hurt a lot, and you know, why would you spend any amount of calories, especially if you expect to continue being hurt by other people? And I'm saying this in a very general sense, whatever, if it's emotional, physical, betrayal, whatever. Why would you bother looking into who it is when it doesn't matter? Because it's everybody. It's everybody. You're not special. You're just because you pulled some bullshit on me doesn't mean anything. You're just like everybody else, which is fucking even more sad. Pick and choose who you let in your circle. I was loose, but I get it. I learned. And the 2 with a stench, it was early. Come out 2 with a reference. Serving 22 was death my concern. How I move with my bread, how I earned it. A recluse is a definite discernment. A definite discernment. A recluse. I got too much of that bread on my purse. I got screw-ups, regrets. I ain't perfect. I ain't lose. From my lesson, I sterned. And this 2 before breakfast just versed it. This is just so interesting. I'm remembering somebody had written it was like more of like just open poetry, basically. Like improv, almost like improv poetry. In the loop, my celly keep chirping. It was cool when my belly ain't turned. Ain't no doofus got better. Let's move into the rock. This is some lyrics from the rock. It's smoke, no problem. Bitches been eating my hoe. They go gossip with her. So just two-faced as fuck, right? They talk about how much they hate her, but then they'll go spread gossip with her too. I wouldn't play in that road, but now I ain't riding with you. Some to the failure hove. That don't mean I'm rocking with you. My papa play with that dough. He want me to drop it with you. I don't really understand this one. Let's read this outro, though. You can't tell me otherwise. Greatness. Oh, this was the guy talking about hearing belly one. Yeah, we clicked on that. Okay. This is the weight. The weight, I remember, stood out to me because his vocals kind of start to muddy up again. Which makes sense if you're thinking about if you're under the weight of something, strain. Like I was talking about my example with dirt biking. At the end of the day, I'm getting tired. I'm getting sloppy. I'm not trying as hard. I don't have any more energy, that kind of a thing. It felt like the world was on my back. I don't know who to hit. Just keep on pearling out this pack. I'm polluting it. I can see it clear every match with my foolishness. Every match with my foolishness. I can see it clear. So if you light a match and it's dark, you can see a little better. Every match with my foolishness. Like maybe he's saying, every time I act a fool, it's like lighting a match to see how foolish I'm being. And I've lit a lot of matches. And so that's why I can see so clearly how foolish I've been, maybe. I don't know. I can't see a mirror off this gas or hallucinogens. So he like no self-reflection when he's under the influence, I suppose. I can't be the bearer of this angst. I've been losing it. Getting even nearer to them answers I'm Googling, which is that part. Schoolboy Q, that part. That's important because on the previous, whichever song it was, where he says, I'm not going to Google the head of the serpent, you know, you're nothing new. But now Googling, like, it's almost like not a specific person, but getting even nearer to them answers I'm Googling, like, essentially not who is doing this to me, but why? Why do people keep screwing me over? Why do they keep letting me down? Why do they keep betraying me and all this other stuff? It seems like. How I lost a parent in the pack I commuted with, my mother in the air. I just asked for my stewardess. So does his mom die? Is that what that means? My brothers hate to hear I be asking confusing shit. Amazed it took this year to feel that, like, amazed it took this year to feel the fact that I do exist. The way that I appear, I be at where the music is. Prayer disappears because all that bad shit I'll do again. Delay my appearance because I'm smacked in my room again. This is crazy. And then this outro about Biggie and Big Pun, who I need to listen to Big Pun. He has been mentioned to me before. I don't think I've heard a word from Big Pun. I need to hear some Big Pun. But having this hunger, and then hunger made be the key to breakout success. Now we get into Scribe. To war when I scribe. I'm assuming like writing. I'm praying to you since I'm sure it was mine. It's something I'm big, felt shorter inside, but the remainder of what I give, what I record in these lines, just reclaiming what it is. The unfortunate times. I got to staying in the crib, how them horrors had spiked, this aching sense of just a quarter of life. I'm 25, still equipped, can't afford to suffice. Can't afford to suffice. Like I can't afford to just get by. I can't afford to just be enough. No, I got to do more than that. I need to diet on the spliffs and open to more advice. I got to stop smoking so much. I got to listen to what people are telling me. I know the triumph never quit. The brick and mortar and strife for a lot of my limbs, a soldier of plight, been surviving through the dim, the coldest of nights, a broken rider, and is fixed on holding the prize. All them lies, hell a miss, a lot of owning demise. Every pocket getting hit, and he open his minds. This is wild, man. This is wild. This is one of those guys, like, I'm actually going to take a tiny break where there's a lot happening here. There's a lot. It's hard to take in, honestly. And I know I just did like a little 4-track run, but I think that's important for a reaction format. I can't like stop and just, I'm going to kill the flow of the video, in my opinion. And that's something I care about. You guys, honestly, you guys are usually pretty cool about it. Like, Bob, just talk, it's no big deal. And I appreciate that. Every now and then people are like, why does he talk so much? I'm fucking supposed to. This is my job. This is tough because it's a lot. It's a lot. And the way he's writing this, the way he's performing it, the production, I honestly think it's kind of brilliant that he does these quick little songs. It's just like it's almost like Morse code of thought. That's a thought. That's a thought. That's a thought. Instead of just a complete download. This is where something like Kendrick Lamar can be tough because he'll have a 4.5-minute song. And in that song, there's 4 verses and the verses are fucking 500 words a piece. And every word has double meaning. And it's like, Jesus Christ, how am I supposed to figure this out? Like you spend an hour on one song type of thing. I feel like this is kind of the same experience, but it's just chopped. It's chopped up. Bop, bop, bop. And in doing that, it does create a feeling of just thoughts. And I can really connect with that right now, given my situation with the house and insurance claim and repair teams and quotes and fucking timeline. Like when I wake up in the morning now, I'm thinking of this and this and this. Oh, I got to do this at work and this, and I got to be able to, so this album feels like that so far. This is called track 12. You're the only one watching. Produced by DJ Black Power. It's 2 minutes long. Here we go. I'm kind of glad I took like a tiny break right there. This song feels like a break also.
Midlight blues, I just wish high. Every midnight, moody under dim light. Trying Big Mike shoes, don't fit right. Wish I could zip line to you, but I sit tight. Don't let this quick life fool you, I don't live right. Yeah, them big guys glued around your windpipe. You rather sit by, snooze, you the lick tight. I let it slip, slide, refuse to ever trip twice. Every nigga lie, I know every bitch bite. Just in the nick of time, they colors get a bit bright. I'm money hypnotized, got me on a hitchhike. When I pray to mama, know she miss Mike. She my angel, know I got her on the flip side. I gotta thank you while I'm talking to the big sky.
sọ̀kalẹ̀ wọ́n bá mi yíyẹ ká ẹjọ́ máìkì wọn kó bá mi yíyẹ ká ọlọ́run á fi àmì ayọ̀ hàn ò ní rìn jọ́ tẹ́bí ń pọ̀nà ìmọ̀ ẹ̀gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ à nítorí kodò lórí ẹ̀ mo náà ò nítorí kodò lórí wa. May God bless you. Have a perfect sleep. I pray for you, my son. May you are blessed in the name of Jesus. Love you so much. Okay.
I'm assuming his mom has passed. I'm assuming his mom has passed. When I pray to mom. I know she missed Mike. She my angel. No, I got her on the flip side. Yeah, she died. She definitely died. Let's read this. Like in so many songs, Mike speaks about his mom, but instead of how he misses her, he knows that he knows she misses him and gives thanks for her as he prays. Is she actually passed? I'm assuming so. It sure does seem like it. Especially with the up in the sky. My mom's up in the sky on the other song. When I pray for Gaza. Fucking Gaza, man. Gaza's fucking gone. It is just awful. It is fucking awful. What I hate the most, well, there's a lot of things I hate the most about the Gaza situation is just people fucking dying and homes being destroyed and children murdered. And I mean, just the list goes on and on. But another thing I just really hate is the so-called discussion around it and how broken it is, man. I don't understand how we've got to a point where people are like simping for their political side and just absolutely fucking refusing to acknowledge the flaws of the party that they align with or whatever. Like, there's so many decisions that we make in life where there's pros and cons. And I don't understand why people are so happy to ignore the cons of decisions being made because, well, my team made that decision, so we're not going to talk about that. We're just going to talk about the cons of the other team. Not going to go on and on about this. I just hate it. Fucking Gaza. Like, they started updating Google Maps, the satellite view, and you can just look. That's gone. That's gone. That whole cluster of buildings is gone. That's caved in. That's gone. That's gone. Like, and I know people are, upset when when politicians mention, oh yeah, we're going to send Palestinians here and there, and oh no, they should be allowed to go back to their home. They don't fucking have a home. It's gone. Like, there are a lot of people who are probably going back to Gaza going, fuck, now what? Great, I'm home. Here's a pile of rubble. My home, It's just awful. I fucking hate it. Let's look at these verses here. Through the midlife blues, I just wish high. Every midnight moody under dim light. Try on big Mike shoes that don't fit right. Wish I could zip line to you, but I sit tight. Don't let this quick life fool you. I don't live right. Them big eyes glued around your windpipe. You'd rather sit by, snooze. You're the lick type. I'd let a slip slide. Refuse to ever trip twice. The money hypnotize. Got me on a hitchhike. Money making, I was broken seeing Mitch die. Who's Mitch? The Mitch reference is straight out of Paid in Full. Mitch was all about loyalty and money, but got caught up in betrayal. Okay. That's an album and a movie, right? I know it's an album. I recently saw a movie called that, and I was like, oh, I wonder if there's any relation between the two. You're the only one watching. That if his mother has passed, that idea is also kind of sad. You're the only one watching, especially if the person's religious, which I'm going to assume Mike is religious. If his mother would say prayers to him when he was a child, he has to have some sort of, religious structure or something like that. Let's keep going. This is fucking cool, man. This is totally different. We'll listen to Lucky. The other two are kind of quick after that. We'll listen to Lucky. This is track 13, Lucky, DJ Black Power. This whole thing is so... It's just... I think it's really because of the songs being all chopped up and short and quick. The way it comes in is totally different from anything else I've listened to.
Chill, yeah. Or while you have it, you should cherish that. You won't get it back. Why these niggas think we sharing paths? Bruh, it make me laugh. I be geeking, I be clearly smacked. But I never lack. I got demons taking care of that. But it's never that. Couple niggas make me barrel rap, but they never rap. How they speak, they be apparent black, but they never black. Potent creatures in my air relax. When we fear the past, I'm like Peter, I drew bear and laugh. Always near the pack. On the dream, I want every bag. I got every pass in these streets. I don't wear a flag. I just share hands, spread my wings. You won't dare to dance, you won't hear a jam, just a scream. Give my parents thanks. I'm not any man. On the dream, I want every bag. I got every pass in these streets. I don't wear a flag. I just share hands, spread my wings. You won't dare to dance, you won't hear a jam, just a scream. Give my parents thanks. I'm not any man. I'm
gonna pause real quick. There's something about this one. It's almost like I want to say like an out of body type of thing, but that's not quite right, because it's almost like the idea of I can go anywhere and nothing can hurt me. And there's two ways to look at that. One, you can, I'm invincible, I'm indestructible, I feel no pain. But it's kind of like half of that and half of you can't hurt me because I've been through so much pain. I'm kind of numb to it now. And almost like this numbness is my version of being indestructible. Like you can't. This chorus and those heavy like drum beats. I don't know, there's something, I wish I could explain it better or at all. That would be nice, huh? It's just this kind of numbness. And I'm not any man. I'm the dream. I want every bag. I got every pass in these streets. I don't wear a flag. I just share hands, spread my wings. You won't dare to dance. You won't hear a jam, just a scream. Give my parents thanks. I'm not any man. And it just keeps going. And it's like, man, it's like this combination of exhaustion, but unstoppable. I don't know. While you have her, you should cherish that. You won't get her back. Why these people think we're sharing paths, it makes me laugh. I'd be geeking. I'd be clearly smacked, but I never lack. I got demons taking care of that, but it's never that. And that's when that drum beat comes in. So it's just, I don't know, it's a bizarre song, man. How they speak, they be appearing black, but they never black. A couple of people making bear off rap, but they never rap. Hope them creatures in my ear relax, want me fear the past. What's this? I'm like Peter, I drink beer and laugh. Who's Peter? Oh, Peter. The editor is saying Peter Griffith for Family Guy. Hope them creatures in my ear relax. That makes me think of envy and doubt again. The nastiest of creatures. So I wear a mask, a lot of grief. I remember bad. I'll be tearing scabs. If I bleed, I'll repair the cracks. Got to bear the wrath of the beast and the eerie facts. They're wearing fast. I got cheese in on every bag. I don't know what the fuck to think of this. And it's called Lucky. It doesn't feel lucky, does it? But you are lucky at the same time. Like, it's one of those situations where I'm struggling, but in my struggle, I've had success and I've found, I have more than most other people don't, but I'm still struggling. But I shouldn't complain because I'm blessed, but my blessings don't feel like they're that much compared. It's just one of those things. Fuck, man. I don't know. Let's finish this up. There's still 45 seconds left. Yeah, and the production too, it makes me think, like, it's clear, you can hear it, but it's muddy and distorted. It just, this is wild. This is totally different. I'll let it go into track 14, which is number 82.
Let's get it. Nah, we get it. Slowly. First you gotta, and then you bring it back, you know what I mean? Alright. Yeah. Don't cry and bring an umbrella. When you get high, you leave letters. Bro, don't die, try to seek a vendetta. You know I need slices of skins you set up. I won't lie, you leave my brother. They gon' they see you with cheddar. Talk to God like I need protectors. He a fraud, don't believe in his getup. Them dudes in me wrong, but I keep doing better. Ain't springing them all, we grieving December. That's my fault, I'm a greedy finesser. I'm with a dog, I fleas in this temple.
I've given up reacting. I'm just like in this now.
Come along, you seeking adventure. I get smart, you can give you clever. Don't cry and bring an umbrella. We get high as a easy letters. But don't die, try to seek them dead.
This is wild, man.
I won't lie, you leave my brother. They gonna apply when they see you with.
I wish I was high. I really wish I was high right now. This is what the annotation says for the outro. That's why there are times when things don't go well. But I don't let that make me anxious because I believe that everything around me has a rightful place. And somewhere in this world, there must be a place that is just right for me too. When I make these videos, I don't have like a, okay, this is how I'm gonna, act, how I'm gonna react type of thing, right? I just sit down and listen to music. And whatever happens is what happens. Sometimes I feel a little silly because I'm not like, sometimes I feel like, yeah, maybe I could like get into it a little bit more, right? But that's just not quite my thing. Sometimes I really get into it, but most of the time I'm just kind of like, almost like observing in a sense. This album, I've like stopped. I'm not even gonna, I'm so pulled in. I feel like I'm in a totally different world. And it's a world I've never seen before, but I've seen it, but it's totally different. Totally different. Let's go through, I gotta set this up a bit. Okay, there we go. Don't cry to bring an umbrella. We'll get high. Don't die. This line's great. Don't die trying to seek a vendetta. I know I need slice of the scheme that you set up. You know I need a slice of the scheme. I won't lie, you ain't leaving my brother. Talk to God like I need you. Protect us, he's a fraud. Don't believe in his getup. Them dudes did me wrong, but I keep doing better. Ain't spreeing them all, we would grieve in December. So like instead of shopping, we're grieving. That's my fault. I'm a greedy finesser. I'm with my dog. I got fleas and distemper. I want to walk like a king, like Coretta. You ready for war? You're reaching for measure. I don't know. I don't know. There's no annotations, so I'm not the only one who's baffled. Come along, if you seek an adventure, I get smart, wicked geek. If you clever, broken heart, can't piece it together. Broken shards had you screaming in terror. Those two lines were really interesting to me. Broken shards had you screaming in terror. Makes me think of, it's generic as fuck. Makes me think of like a car crash. I wonder how his mom died. I'm assuming his mom is dead. That might not be correct, but from Paris, this John, an easy contender. Love my songs that I need to remember. That I need to remember. That's important. I'm assuming what he means there is instead of listening to Envy and Doubt, realizing that this is the music I make and I love it. That's all that matters. Well, that's not necessarily all that matters, right? But in my opinion, that should always be the primary goal if you're going to create something, anything. You should enjoy it first. You should enjoy it first. Because if you're making stuff that you don't enjoy, like, look, I know people got to make money and they got to survive and all that kind of stuff. I get that, but ideally, the goal should be you enjoy it first. And then if other people like it, in addition to that, great. That's the bonus. Okay, the next two are quick. So Too Hot is a little interlude. And then, so we'll let that roll right into Pieces of a Dream. So it's like a little 50-second interlude and then Pieces of a Dream. So here we go. Here's 15, Too Hot. And then Pieces of a Dream is 16.
Yeah, with those flames! They're too hot! I'm scared!
Burning Alive. There's something kind of eerie about an interlude, a break, being about burning alive. But we're gonna move into 16, which is pieces of a dream. Oh wow. Bloop, 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 bloop. This feels like just being in a cloud full of fucking marijuana smoke. All this smoke finna break my lungs. I like the beat, but I wish, again, a little bit more variety. I just start noticing it too much when it loops. I think we got it. We got it. Moving on. Moving on. This annotation here. Ain't triumph supposed to end? My mind, my broken pen, lost ma, my soldiers wept, found the fire that escaped me once. I'm prying on the edge. Here's the annotation. Reflecting on feelings of hopelessness and loss, the broken pen represents creative struggles while lost on my soldiers. That's not what he says. He doesn't say lost on my soldiers. Lost ma. My soldiers wept. So this... I was hoping the annotation was going to clarify / confirm that his mother has died. I think that's what it's supposed to be saying. Lost ma. My soldiers wept. So his mother died. Well, whatever. Them signs going red for the prize money and the prey we hunt. Fantasize about the day we're done. Landlines never hang. They hung. That's got to be like the telephone lines and maybe throwing shit over the telephone, like hanging them from the telephone lines, I guess. I don't know. Was hyped and overpressed, due advice to regain your touch. When the strife and the pain won't budge, your advice couldn't change no luck. This time I won't pretend. Rolled dice and I prayed for such. Walk by, I don't see what's up. I don't know. This guy is just... It's very interesting. It's like stream of consciousness almost. I ain't sober yet. All this smoke finna to break my lungs. Couldn't grow from the way we was. I don't know if you could save me, love. This life get cold and wet. Now I know that the rain ain't done. Got a hold when payday come. Can't afford to betray your trust. Huh. This album has just been such an experience, man. Where are we? Track 17. Strange Feeling. DJ Black Power. The Baffling of Bob shall continue. Here we go. Track 17. Wow. What the fuck, man?
Strange feeling. That shit. You know we only getting one go. Huncho, deliver drink, different from the lung smoke, slump throw. Guy give a kiss like it was
fucked up again.
Smoke. Young folk learning how to distance woes. Once home, jump rope. A life we trying to skip, I gotta jump more. I'm put my life into this shit. It's only one go.
This is wild, man. And it slows down, like the batteries are dying in the fucking cassette player or some shit. But I think really it's probably probably supposed to be intoxication, like the smoke's kicking in, the beer's kicking in.
This classic zombie was very much a living human who, through drugs, religious ceremonies, and behavioral manipulation, were convinced that they were dead.
This is Zombie Part
that their
2.
soul had been taken from them.
I got to thinking, am I alive?
Where's it keep going?
Looking at the sky, blinking once I was blind, couldn't see shit. Tired of achieving, it's up to the gods. No more preaching, love
This is
for a
fucking
lie.
wild, dude.
Creasing on the block, in the deep end, I keep getting washed. I got to thinking, am I alive? Looking at the sky, blinking once I was blind, couldn't see shit. I got to thinking, am I alive? If I'm shrinking, looking at the sky.
It's just, oh, it does stop at least. Okay, so we'll pause there at 19, which is Burning House. Let's go back one track. This is the verse for Strange Feeling. You know, we only get one go. And his vocals, again, like, you know, earlier in the album reaction, right, I was complaining a little bit about his vocals, but it's intentional. He's doing this on purpose. He's putting this, like, slur, this slowed down kind of rumbling, right, and because he's fucked up. And I think the performance, the vocal performance, is to indicate that. You only get one go. The liver drink different from the lung smoke. Slumped over, gotta give her a kiss like it was gun smoke. Young folk learning how to distance what was once home. Numb toes trekking through the winter in the sun's stroke. I trust, bro. It's nothing that is bigger or above hope. My crux glow, my mother know I'm with her, getting up close. So if his mother is dead and he's getting up close with his mom, either he's praying all the time or he's approaching death. One or the other. I'm not gonna click the annotation. We'll just let that idea hang there. I come close to this island full of sinners and cutthroats, stuck froze, diamond in the middle of a mud flow. Diamond in the middle of a mud flow. Which says a lot when you think of the phrase come out the mud, or come up from the mud, or whatever, however you say it. A diamond being stuck in a mud flow. Enough hope. I got to get up with you for the month ago. My cup whole. I'm tired reminiscing being unknown. Can't trust. It's written can't trust those, but I think he said can't trust hoes. She trying to find a prince for her Rapunzel. I think he's saying can't trust hoes. Tuck roll, the fire getting bigger, my luck broke, nothing going, might just make a wish above the cut goat. I don't know. Jump rope of life I'm trying to skip. I gotta jump more. I put my life into this shit. It's only one go. And then the verse for Zombie Part 2. Well, I mean, I got to thinking, am I alive? And it's a good question to ask if you're always drinking and you're always smoking and you're always in pain, you're always getting screwed over by people, you're trying to make it, you're suffering from envy, you're suffering from doubt. Am I alive? Because I'm using all these coping mechanisms to try and deal with these things and try and numb the pain. But now because of that, I can't really feel fucking anything. And if you can't feel anything, are you alive? If I'm shrinking, looking at the sky, blinking once I was blind, couldn't see shit. Tired of achieving. It's up to the gods. No more preaching. Love for a lot. Like, I'm fucking sick of this. I'm just tired of it. Tired. On the block in the deep end, I keep getting washed. Every weekend, even on the clock when I'm dreaming, shit don't ever stop. Keep repeating, walking in a swamp, seeping, sobs, heavy breathing, all I ever got. From the speaking, why I'd rather jot like I'd rather write. Seeping and sobs heavy from the speaking, all I ever got. I wonder what that's about, from the speaking. Rather keep it, I could make it hot. Any season, I just need a drop. Give me a reason. Combing through my locks, met a demon. I owe it to some ops, had me tweaking. My motor had a clog. Had to free it. Motion had a pause. I don't know. Well, This shit, man. I've tried my best, but this shit is hard to figure out. This is track 19. This is the longest song on the album at 3 whole minutes. It's called Burning House. It's produced by Thelonious Martin and Jacob Rochester. Let's check out 19, Burning House.
Everybody gotta leave, somebody gotta leave. Everybody want a piece, nobody trying to feed. I step hollow on the street, cause death follow me. You get bottled in the east, the west swallow dreams. My head bottled in the grief, my chest out of reach. My debt piling up with fees, sex, power, cheese. I press bounces, I was cheap, too profound to creep. I sat out of 17, I wasn't allowed to lean. Depressed, proud, and I seen the less mouths to feed. 10,000 what I bleed, the best I believe. Yeah, everybody gotta leave, somebody gotta
leave about people to burn the house, because him saying that now was supposed to make us think, what did he say and do?
My own hands burnt out, I let a little charm turn to romance. Third round, devil in my arm, slow dance,
devil
first
in my
down,
arm.
now he's still in sauce from the whole gang, curve child. Tell you where I started, ain't for no man, work child, but dampened up my spark and my glow. Versatile, never show my cards and need to show face, the curtains down, better pray to God, you trying to show praise. Sometimes you gotta let the work do a whole can't.
Sometimes, that's a great line. Sometimes you gotta let the work do
days. Pray I never ride until it's old age. Mo angst, racing in the spots, giving road rage. I won't wait, racing to the top. Me and bro, same as role play. Phasing through facades like it won't fade. Those hate, barely came outside, but the most brave. Home favorite, made it out the tides in the cold wave.
This guy is
greatness. Cool.
And it just keeps going. Keeps going. This is wild. This verse 2, I fucking have no idea. Let's go through verse 2. Sometimes you gotta let the work do what hope can't. I agree with that. Hope is a desire for a specific outcome. I hope this happens. I hope I get this. I hope people like whatever. But we don't typically have much control over outcome. What we have control over is effort into the thing, and then the outcome is the outcome. It's okay to hope. It's okay to daydream. It's okay to go, man, that'd be fun if, you know. But I think it's personally, I think it's important to keep that if in there. Wouldn't it be cool if? Yeah, that would be cool. If. Because we don't know. And then sometimes the thing that we want, we think we want it, and then we get it, and we realize, you know, actually, I don't think I like this that much. Not as much as I thought I would. That's why, for me, like at work has been funny because they keep trying to promote me. I'm finally, like, I've been fighting this promotion for years, honestly, years now. And it'll switch me from hourly to salary, and okay, I'm not going to work more than 40 hours a fucking week. I already told them. And they're like, no, that's fine. I'm not going to fucking do it. But the reason why I'm fighting this promotion is I like what I do now. I don't want to do these other things that the other people are doing. It's not interesting work. I'll get bored out of my mind. I'll start getting miserable. Like I want my job to stay interesting like it is right now. And I mean, I listen to other people. They're like, yeah, I want to move up. I want to do this. I want to do that. And they want the paycheck. Very understandable. But there's more to it than just a paycheck. You know, you got to think about your quality of life. And to me, it's more of a, is the other job even fucking interesting? Because there's some jobs out there, man, where it's like, I couldn't do that. I'd be done in a week. I'd just be bored out of my mind. The rest of this verse, I have no fucking idea. You perped out. People want withdrawal from the smoke bank. My dirt style. Only with my paw, my own hands. My dirt style. Only with my paw. Like I built this thing my own style. It's my own. And I think that's fair. I mean, I personally, I hear some Earl Sweatshirt influence, personally. But, you know, there you go. Burnout. Little Charm turned to Romance. Third round, Devil in My Arms slow dance. That makes me think of Heroin, but I've been watching a lot of Sopranos lately. I'm later in the seasons when Christopher is all fucking strung out on heroin. Was first out, now they're stealing sauce from the whole gang. Curb Child, Tell You Where I Started Ain't For No Man. It worked, child, but dampened up my spark and my glow. See, I have no fucking clue what he's talking about here. It worked. What worked? But dampened up my spark and my glow. Deterred doubt by throwing shit as far as it could go. Deterred doubt. Deterred. Not eliminated. Deterred. I like that. Like, even when you put all your effort into it, doubt just keeps creeping back. It's incredible. Claymore Earthbound and Never Peep the Heart. How My Soul Train. Soul Train's a show back in the day. Probably some double meaning there with a reference to Soul Train there. Learn how to be part of. I don't know. I have no idea. No idea. Versatile, never show my cards, but need to show face. You know, you can have face cards there. You know, so like a king, queen, jack, that's a face card. But you don't show your cards, but you got to show face. You got to show that you're there, that you're present, I suppose. Save face means you're not like embarrassed. Show face, to show face. I don't really know exactly what that means. More drink, taking it a lot, but never nose play. Okay, so he's not snorting anything. That's good. Most days pray I never rot until it's old age. More angst, racing the spots, given road rage. I won't wait. Racing to the top, me and bro the same. It's role play, phasing through facades like it won't fade. Those hate barely came outside, but the most brave, home favorite. Man, ties the cold way. This shit, like my brain is finally starting to just melt. I'm not even gonna touch the first verse. Like my brain is really just starting to get there. Can you see it oozing out of the pores on my bald head? There's a piece of the brain melting, and there's a piece. Ah, Jesus, this is incredible. Let's finish this up though. We got about 10 minutes of music left, roughly. A little bit more than that. This is track 20. It's called Showbiz Intro. Okay? The whole album's called Showbiz. This whole album has been an experience, I think, of the struggle of showbiz or trying to make it in showbiz. Who fucking knows? But this has been pretty intense. This is 2 minutes long. Here we go. Drop it in track 20.
A measure of greatness. Cool. Huh. Da, 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 da.
It's like a fever dream, this fucking album.
Killing Henny, I do both glitching. Feeling heavy, gotta smoke quickly. Zombie man, feel like low shimmy. Many questions in the dome hit me. Who gon' check me? Never know. Many Benjis in the fold, Nipsey. Put in wrecking, never fold. They respect me in the whole city. Even West, every coast with me. You gon' check and getting no entry. Getting cheddar, it be more envy. Michael Jordan in the post, Wemby. Niggas with me? No, never. Be against me, niggas know better. Shit ain't pretty, but we won't let her. Shit ain't pretty, but it's more better. Niggas with me? No, never. Be against me, niggas know better. Shit ain't pretty, but we won't let her. Shit ain't pretty, but it's more better.
The production goes really well with this section.
Shit get vicious, you promote terror. Shit ain't shipping, gotta cope better. I'm the synonym for go-getter.
In this my show, if you just tuned in this my show, I have tried as much as possible to bring quality.
I've tried as much as possible. Just drops right into Spun Out. I really want to focus on the second half of this verse. It won't stop. Twin won't let it. Locked in, I was so desperate. Pocket rinsing on the dope medic. No Ozempic. It was dough stretching, ripping hinges off the door edges. People are sissy. I only told Reddit. Shit, get fishy, get your nose wetted. You want stizzy. I don't know what stizzy means, but shit, I smoke pressure. 10 kids, you get no better. People with me? No, never. Be against me? They know better. Shit ain't pretty, but we won't let up. Shit ain't pretty, but it's more better. This feels like show business right here. It feels like show business for somebody who's been trying and trying and trying and trying and trying. Relentless. Shit gets vicious. You promote terror. Shit ain't shifting. Gotta cope better. I'm the synonym for go-getter. Just relentless. People aren't standing against them, but they're not standing with them either. Just fighting. Constantly fighting. And I have no idea if that's accurate or not in terms of the experience that Mike has had in his career, but that's what it feels like. That's what that section feels like. Just fuck, man. Fighting. And in this, my show, if you just tuned in this, my show, I've tried as much as possible to bring quality. I wonder who the cover is. If one of them is his mom. Let's keep going. 21's called Spun Out. 2.5 minutes. Here we go.
You are now listening to DJ Black Production. Now listen.
Trippy song already, dude. We're fucking 12 seconds in.
I get up when you quit when the sun out. I got some niggas sit when I come out. I ain't coming from shit, I was done out. I'm a cover for 2, I ain't run out. I might call from the Swiss to the lung out. Don't get caught in that grip, you can't jump out. You got lost in your shit, now you run out. Oh, you thought you was big, you a bug out. Tryna call on the wish, tryna luck out. I'm big dog in that city, you cut out. I got law, all the biddies and thugs out. Second talk, I see me a hunt out. Niggas don't wanna spin, they get spun out. I get up when you quit when the sun out. I got some niggas sit when I come out. I ain't
this is another of those weird ones where it just feels like a fucking fever dream.
How you started and bitching to come out. Too much heart for this shit, might run out.
Huh.
Niggas don't want to spin, they get spun out.
And that it's crazy. Like, he does this shit in a minute and a half. And then you just kind of hang here. I like this growing sound. Wow. I love this section. It just rolls right into Miss You.
You were asleep?
I'll pause right. Well, we'll start from the beginning, I guess, but God, that ending section, Spun Out, was almost like torturous. Going back to the idea of my invincibility, my indestructiveness being sourced from I've gone through so much pain, I don't feel anything anymore. That song was that. For me, it just felt like that. I'm so numb. I'm so just, I can't. It's almost like I wish I could die type of thing. I wish I could be destroyed. I wish that this all could end somehow. My drive has kept me moving forward, and I keep just slamming through concrete wall after concrete wall after concrete wall. And I wish these walls would actually just break me sometime. It's almost torturous. Too much heart for this shit. I might run out. I don't know. I mean, that's the feeling I'm getting. I don't know if that's accurate with the lyrics. I might cough from the spliff, spit a lung out. Don't get caught in that grip. You can't jump out. You got lost in your shit. Now you want out. Yeah. You got lost in your shit. Now you want out. I feel like he's talking to himself here. Oh, you thought you was big. You a bug out. Trying to call on a wish. Trying to luck out. Yeah, she appealed all the spliff that I pump out. Appalled, I mean. I'm sorry, not appealed. Already saw what it is. What you're talking about. I ain't falling for fiction. You forgot. It just feels like, fuck, man, this... It's almost like suffering from the relentlessness of your own motivation. Just, fuck, I'm tired, but I can't stop. I have to work harder. I haven't made it. I haven't, doubt's here and envy is here, and I'm just trying, and I'm trying to fucking cope, and I'm trying to make it, and I'm trying. That's what that song felt like. Just every fucking thing is a brick wall, and I'm punching right through it. But it would be nice if maybe one of these brick walls just ended it for me instead. Exhaustion. I feel that way sometimes when I go for a run. I've been doing some runs. I usually do 5 or 6 miles, but I've been incorporating burpees into my run, and god damn am I tired by the time it's over. Whew. This old body getting a little tired. This is track 22. So the next 2 are short. They're both under 2 minutes. So I think I'm going to let these 2 run together, and then we'll pause and do the final track. So this is called Miss You, featuring Duendita, and produced by DJ Black Powder. Black Power, not Black Powder. Here we go, Miss You.
You were asleep when I left.
You were asleep when I got home last night.
Well, you know me in the late show.
I sure do.
This is beautiful.
I guess I miss you.
Wow.
There was a big commotion, and then I got swept up in the crowd.
Here's when it rains. Weird production there. Wow.
I'm saying, but right now, what my nigga, he about to play some exclusive shit. So back the fuck up our faces. We ain't talking about no cheese.
I get dark in my lyrics, I'm sorry. She wants something to spend in the party. Too much dumping and shit that scarred me. Something fun, look for the Barbie. Only spray for her, some Jacari. She was fun out here, her Harley. Is it but having fun as a part of me? Yeah. How I leave and show my wallet. All them chicks I said going away. On a mission to swallow my pockets. I ain't tripping about knowing my place. Ain't too big to be open about it. Ain't too timid to show I'm great. Ain't too addicted to know your problem.
Ain't too addicted to know your problem.
She wants something to spend in the party. Too much dumping and shit that scarred me. Something fun, live for the Barbie. When we swipe with her hips and Jacari. She was fun out in her Harley. As a butt how to feel the part of me.
Don't play with me right now. This is my shit.
Interesting. So the previous track, Miss You, you know, I was feeling blue, thought about calling you, thought about your room, I guess I miss you. Out with all our friends, gotta take it slow, I'm on my own, I'm shying at shows. And then When It Rains concludes with this girl, oh, this is my song, don't play with me right now, this is my jam, I'm getting all excited while he's talking about it gets dark in my lyrics. I'm sorry. She wants something to spin in the party. And I feel like those two counterpoints with each other. It gets dark in my lyrics. I'm sorry. She wants something to spin in the party. And then this outro, this sample, this girl getting all excited about her favorite song. It's like a representation of she's not listening to him. She doesn't hear him type of a thing. You know? Like I'm going through all this shit. I'm putting it in my music. But you just want something you can dance to. And not that in itself is bad. Of course, people want music they can dance to. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But in a relationship context of this person isn't listening to me, doesn't want to hear this. Makes me think of Mac Miller a little bit, honestly. I feel so badly for not being able to conclude my Faces reaction, not be able to complete that. Because now, every now and then, I'll put on Good News. And it's like, yeah, that's me, right? I don't like it when you're down. Good news, that's all I want to hear. I don't like it when you're down. You know, don't make me listen to Faces. And what I'm really trying to get at is just this idea of people not listening to what you're saying. And how hard that is. Especially if you're going through something. And especially if these people around you are your friends. And you're trying to tell them, hey, I'm having a hard time with it. Oh, you know, maybe they're just like playing it down, or they're not really listening, or they just don't want to hear about it, or what. That just sucks. You know, sometimes I've gotten better at this with my wife. My wife is quite the talker, and she'll just, when she needs to unload, that's what she needs to do. Just unload. It's like all this stuff is in her brain, and she's got to talk to get it out and get it out. And her and I process things very differently, and the way she processes it is to unload it. And for me, I'm kind of the opposite, because I feel like the more I unload it, the more I'm reliving it, and I don't need to relive this. I'm just kind of digging it back up again, type of a deal. Like for most stuff, I'm talking, you know, just kind of everyday things. Like I don't need to re-complain about a thing I complained about once. If I've complained about it, kind of done for the most part, unless it comes up, you know, you guys get the idea. But my wife, my poor wife, she's gotten better. I've gotten better at just basically, she'll even tell me, just pretend to listen. Just pretend. Because it's not about my like hanging on every word and going, oh, it just really is most, like half of it is her just getting it out. But if you're in a situation where you need someone to listen and it feels like the person isn't listening, that's hard. All that stuff, and I'm reading the verse, and I don't think anything I said has anything to do with the song. I'm just kind of swept up in the whole vibe of this album. This album, honestly, I mean, it's incredible, it's powerful, but it's kind of exhausting in this format. I really wonder how it's going to be full listen uninterrupted, because it's just a fucking onslaught. It is an onslaught, man. And it's crazy because it's not like fast, it's not loud, it's not chaotic. It is a little odd, but the emotion he's captured here is incredible. There's one track left, 2.5 minutes, Diamond Dancing, Broke. Produced by DJ Black Power. Here we go, final song for Showbiz. What an experience. I can barely hear what he's saying. I'm not going to look at the lyrics. I'm just going to soak in the sound. It feels exhausting. Like there was a sample about zombies, and it just feels like just shuffling feet, barely moving forward, still going. This is wild. This is so bizarre, man. Is it just gonna like switch off too? No. Oh, trippy. Very trippy. Oh, let's read these lyrics. So I put my headphones on because I use this as a visual tool. So when I'm editing, when I take my headphones off completely, then I know I'm in additional thoughts, so I can timestamp that section. Little cheat right there. Here's what he's saying in this verse. And it looks like he says it 3 times. It repeats 3 times. Before I feel away, I hope you'll stay close. Ain't much I felt today but love and selfish waves at most. And soon we go our separate ways. There ain't no better way to cope. Some things I wish I never changed, but if it never changed, it's broke. Before I feel a way. Now, the way it's written is a way. There's 2 words spaced. I wonder if it's 1 word, before I feel a way. Like before I have so many feelings that I just completely drift away from you. Gone. I hope you will stay close. I wonder if that's what it actually is supposed to mean. I haven't felt much today but love and selfish waves at most. Interesting duality there, because, and you know, I like that he says that, because we can have, you know, with emotions and feelings, we can have both. Sometimes they get mixed up. But I think it's important, even if we're feeling something that's maybe not healthy or, you know, toxic or unrealistic, not reasonable to the situation, you got to be able to acknowledge it. Like, the feeling's got to be there one way or the other if you're having that feeling. But if you can't even acknowledge it, that's the problem. Being aware of the feeling and acknowledging the feeling and go, okay, let's box you up and get you out of here because you don't belong here. That's better than not even realizing how you're behaving. And soon we go our separate ways. There ain't no better way to cope. I really wonder if this is his mom. I don't know. I need to. You guys, please leave comments and let me know about his mom, if his mom has died. Because I wonder if that's. Well, I'll just say what I'm thinking. I don't know if this is true or not, but what I was thinking is, if his mom is dead and he misses his mother, maybe there's a lot of guilt there. Maybe that's why he feels like he can't quit. Maybe he hears in his head his mom yelling at him, "You got to work harder. You got to work harder." Maybe he feels like if I don't and I just give up, then I'm letting her down, you know? Big, giant maybe next to that, because I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just grasping at straws, really. Some things I wish I never changed, but it never changes, broke. Like a cycle, like you're stuck in the same cycle. I wonder if that's like a concern about self-improvement. Like, I should stop, you know, smoking so much. I should stop doing this. I should stop doing that, but I don't. And because I don't, I'm kind of broken and stuck in the cycle. Maybe, I don't know. Fuck me. I don't even know what to say for additional thoughts. Or closing thoughts. No idea. No idea. That was wild. I'm really interested to see how it sounds uninterrupted. And you know what? I every now and then I joke about this, like, oh, I wish I could smoke a little pot and listen to these albums. I wish I was high as a motherfucker listening to this one. Maybe someday I'll be able to smoke legally. Because my job is federal, I can't until that changes, and that'll probably never fucking change. But, you know, I won't work there forever. I want to be high listening to this one. I bet this album is amazing high. Probably amazing. Aside from that, I don't really know what to say. Very, I don't want to say emotional. It captures an energy. Like, I feel, I don't know anything about Mike. I know nothing about the man. I know nothing about his life, his goals, his struggles, his experience, nothing. But I could just feel the exhaustion, the effort, the work, the grind, the fucking just like I've been walking on this treadmill in the same spot for 10 fucking years and I'm tired. I'm not getting anywhere. It feels that way. I don't know if that's true about him. Please don't take that the wrong way. I'm not trying to like be disrespectful to him and his career or whatever he has found success in. I don't know. But that's just the feeling this album gives. And with it being called Showbiz, I'm going to associate that with music and what have you. Damn. Okay, well, let's check out the music videos. I'm very curious to see what the visual element is to some of these songs. If you're on YouTube, this is the end for you. If you want to check out music video reactions with me for this album, Patreon only, $2, word to words.